Alright guys, in these boxes behind me is the new rack we're setting up today. It is the Vision V35s. It's going to be what we put our ASFs in. Let's get into it. Happy Pura Vida Tuesday. It's Cody with Pura Vida Pythons. This week's episode we're going to be setting up another Vision rack, and the first step to that is getting it out of all these boxes. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, here's all this stuff spread out everywhere. It's going to be very similar to the last Rodent rack we set up. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. And also, if you think you might like this rack or that rack in the other video, we have in those video descriptions, we have Vision's link in the description. So you can go over there and check out all their stuff. They have a lot more products than just this. Some really cool stuff. So if you want to go check that out, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. But what you want to do to start this rack is very similar to the other one. Have two of your tubs that you're going to be using. As you can see here, these are the V35s. They're a lot shorter, and that's because we're going to be using them for the ASFs, and they really like that shorter tub. So we're going to be putting those side by side, face down. You're going to grab a plastic shelf here with the flat side up so that the tubs can slide on this smooth surface here. And all you're gonna do, what we've done in the other videos, is put your poles through here, and you're gonna start with the, wait, these all look like the same size actually. Yep. So these are all the same size. So you're gonna go ahead and put one with the female side so that these wheels can be inserted into them. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on every one of these corners, and we'll show you what that looks like. Well, I guess I can put one in real quick. And like we've said in the other videos, a couple of these have locks on them, so whichever side you want to be the front, I would suggest putting those wheels on the front so you can easily access them if you want to lock them or unlock them. Just want to put that wheel through there, get this lined up, and go ahead and thread that on. And boom, there you go. And they give you this tool to really cinch it up. That holds that still, so you can really get a tight thread on there. And there you go, it kind of locks it in. So we're gonna go around and do all those, and we'll be right back. We just attached all of these, looking pretty good so far. So you have that, you've attached the poles. Now is to attach the spacers, and since these are shorter tubs, we're gonna be using the smaller spacers. They give you two. Make sure if you're using the V35s that you use the short one. And you're gonna put one of those on each spacer. And this is gonna give that clearance for the tubs to go in between each shelf. So you're gonna do that right there. And then now you're gonna grab your stainless steel tray. And so what we learned last time, if you're gonna use water bottles, make sure this is in the front, this hole with the clear side, but we're gonna be using a watering system, so we're gonna have it this side towards the front, because then you can attach your watering system wherever. So we're gonna decide that the one facing y'all is towards the front. You're just going to line this up. There we go. Boom, just like that, and I can go ahead and show you what that looks like with the tub. So that creates the perfect space for these tubs to get nice and flush in there. And so that's perfect. Alrighty guys, now that you have that shelf put on, this is pretty important right here. Michaela stopped me from doing it the wrong way. You're gonna grab your larger spacers here, 6 of these, because to attach your food trays, you need to have this height. So now you grab your larger spacer and put those on top of the metal shelf, or the stainless steel ones. And then you're gonna attach another one of your black plastic shelves with the flat side facing up on top of that. And then you do the short spacers, and then you just repeat this process over and over again. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll come back at you with the next step. Okay, so we built our shelves up. They're looking pretty good. Now we've run out of these poles, so we're gonna go ahead and attach the larger spacers there, and then attach these 6 other legs to finish out the top of the rack. Keep doing what we've been doing, and then we'll holler at you when we got something new. So the rack is pretty much set up as far as the shelving goes and the spacing. On top right here, you're gonna have a little bit of thing, just like we did with the last ones. We're gonna cap this with with one of the smaller spacers. Take this and this, comes in a little bag, put it through there, and you're gonna screw that into the top. You get a tool, or I've just been hand tightening them, and they've been tightening pretty good. This is kind of gonna just seal your rack down, and you kind of want it to be where, I think in the instructions it says like, yeah, see, I'm not really putting any pressure right there, and it's still getting pretty tight. You want these to look not really be moving. So that's good right there. So we're gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of the top, and then we'll be right back. So now we're gonna attach these really cool feed troughs that kind of
gravity feeds food in there. So obviously if you didn't have these, you could just put them in the top. It's gonna work the same way. But I really like these because they kind of stick out, easy to pour that food in there. I like to line mine up just side by side right here. So that's what we're gonna do. They give you this hardware, and it's just a couple pieces. It's just one of these and one of these. And so it's pretty simple. We can show you, I'll show you on this one right here too. So you kind of just, if you can see these two right here, that's where we're gonna be putting this hardware. I like to obviously keep it to where the whole bottom is exposed to be able to feed them. Put it on top of the feed rack, obviously, and then you're gonna feed this up and through because you don't want it going down because that would block the tub. So you wanna come back here, if you can see this, and you kind of line it up however you want it. But that comes up through here, and then you just put this piece on and just screw it on. Pretty simple. And you just do that to both sides, kind of securing it. But it has a little play in it too, so you can kind of move it around exactly how you want it. And boom, there you go. Like I said, it has some play, but it's no big deal. You just put all your food in there, and that keeps them good for a little bit. And I just put one on the exact other side. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for the whole thing. We'll be right back. We have all the feed troughs on there, looking pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and install our stoppers on the back side. That's what these holes right here are for. I put two in the back. I already kind of did one. So you're gonna get these pieces right here. You want this to go through. You want this flat piece to be facing the side. And so you can just push this through. And so in the front, they have these for the front too, but I don't ever use them. I just don't need them. But they are intended to move that way. On the back, you kind of want them pretty sturdy. So you're gonna screw this on, start it by the hand. And then about right there, it gets pretty tough. So what I've been doing is grabbing my drill, lining it up. And then I just hold this side while I screw it in. And like I said, you want these on the back side to be pretty snug. You don't want them moving too much because this is where the tubs are gonna slide into. And you obviously don't want anything crawling out the back. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on the whole back side on each one of these racks on the stainless steel levels, and then we'll holler back at you. Okay, so we just attached all the stoppers on the back side. Michaela went ahead and did a lot of these slide dividers if you want to come in close. Same as the other rack, there's two holes right here on each side, one in the middle, like I said, and then there's another on that side. All you're gonna do, the supplies come with this flat piece and then a bag of these little plastic push-through screws. You want to make sure you're pushing through the top side that has like the lip in it because you want this flat side to be flush. So you're just going to go along each of the plastic platforms and press that through. It's nice and secure. And they don't have to be super flush. All this is going to do is keep your tubs from sliding off track. Make it easier, one less thing to think about when you're getting your tubs in and out. But yeah, that's it for that. Now we're gonna flip it around, do the watering system, and finish this bad boy up. So they give you this cool 5-gallon little bucket with a handle, nice easy carrying, fill it up from the top. This is a release, I think, just to drain it. And then they give you this piece as well. This piece is gonna go right into here. Then it kind of snaps in, bang. You can feel it, so that'll be to detach it. And that doesn't drain when you, or it doesn't leak when you do that. So you just put it in, and then boom, your water will be good. You're gonna run your tubing down. So we just placed the other one right here and ran it from the right side. You're gonna run tubing down into each of these shelves. I'm gonna go ahead and get that started, and when we get down here at an easier filming level, I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be the same thing throughout the same thing. So go ahead and let me do that right quick, and then I'll bring you along when we get to this area. We've been working on the watering system. It's kind of going pretty good right here. From the top on that connectable piece, it has a piece where this tubing can connect. You just want to attach a piece to there, and then you're going to start this process, what I've been doing. And so the pieces you're going to be using are these T pieces, and so that allows the water to flow through, but also horizontally into the tubs. So let's go ahead and show you that process. So we get down to here. This is how I start a shelf. The watering, I like to run it right under this food tray. It kind of keeps it nice and contained in there. There's no additional pressure or anything on it. It just keeps it tied in. So what you're gonna want to do is when you're measuring, you kind of want to measure it to where this is flush against this piece. You don't want to like measure too short. but they give you a lot of tubing to work with anyway, so you can make a couple mistakes. So anyway, I like to measure here to about where my other T-piece is gonna flush up at. And what I mean by that is just, this is the next piece you're gonna do to run it this way. So I like to measure it to right where it's gonna rub flush with that piece. So I go ahead and do that. And it doesn't have to be super, super close. It can hang or whatever. It's not gonna affect the flow of water. You just cut your piece. You attach it to your other T-piece, and that completes the cycle there. Water's going this way and water keeps coming down. So now you connect this T-piece right there, and now we're gonna work on distributing water to the shelf. So what we're gonna do is run a small piece here, and then another T-piece will be used to do the same thing. This time it's gonna keep the water flowing horizontally, but also deliver it into the tub. So we're gonna piece from here to here. You can usually just eyeball it, it's whatever. Hold it here, see what you wanna do about right there. Cut, there's no super, super scientific way about it. You just connect there as well. Running horizontally. You connect your other piece. Boom. And now we're going to work on putting it into the tub. So you just want a short piece that can kind of reach into the area where it can reach in. Boom, right there. Attach it to the middle piece here because it's going to be running to the tub individually. Just push it flush up like that. What I like to do, I said it in the last video, these can be loose. Just go ahead and make sure that they're tight. You don't want any leaks. And here's your clamp that's going to connect it to this little honeycomb thing. You want to put this up through here, and then you want to connect your tubing down to here to secure that. So that's nice and secure. And then you're going to run this into the tub. I like to do it as close as I can. Make sure it's nice and deep in there. And then these clamps keep it secure. If I do it right, they will. There we go. So that's that. Now we're going to work on, I was wondering, I was like, why is that so high? Now we're going to work on running it all the way through to this end. This one, still pretty much an eyeball. It's nothing super crazy about it. But we're gonna run this one, no connector piece or anything, straight into the tub. So we're gonna measure this out all the way over here, and then I like to give it a little loop to where it can stand or whatever. So about like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Make sure this is tight. That's good to go. So we're gonna connect this piece to the other part of the T-piece. Like I said, I just push it under here, and it's not like super secure, but it's also kind of out of the way. So same thing here. I'm putting this through here, tightening this down. Make sure all this stuff is flush if you can. And then same thing, running it here. Bang. Bang. Awesome, and I keep it towards the front because you could reach it all the way to the back, but these will have to be removed when you're getting the tubs completely out, so it's easy just to put it right there. So if you don't want to completely remove it, you can still get most of the tub out to reach around. But that's about it. The only thing we're going to do different at the end is, and I'm not sure, I don't think this piece is actually used for this, but it's the only piece that actually works with this unit, is when we get down here to the bottom, we obviously aren't going to want to use a T-piece because water will flow all the way. We have to stop that flow. So I'm actually going to use either this or an L-shaped one that we have from another rack. I'll probably end up using that one actually. This looks like it actually stops the flow of water. So it's probably used somewhere towards the top, but the instructions are kind of vague on that. So I didn't use it for the other one like that. I used it as an end piece on this one. But you could use it here and just run your loop here and do the same thing. But that's pretty much it with the watering. So I'm gonna get that finished up. We'll slide the tubs in. Y'all can get a final look at it. All right, guys, there you have it. The Vision V35s. pretty cool looking little rack. I'm really excited about this one over all the ones we got so far, just because I've really wanted to put our ASFs in a more secure place. I'm not the best carpenter, so sometimes I'll have the tub slip and stuff, they'll get out. So really excited about this. It's very similar to the other one, and we've been using it for a little bit, and it's working really good. So I'm sure that this will help us get our ASF numbers up. But guys, hope you really enjoyed this video. We had a lot of fun making it. It's always fun to be like Bob the Builder for a little bit with these racks. Like I said earlier, in the description, we're gonna link Vision's, all their information. So if you wanna go to their website and check out all the stuff, cool stuff they have some really cool, just like I said, you'll have to go check them out because they have a lot of cool inventory on their website. But hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys have a great week, and until next time, peace.